Oh boy, we're finally here, chat. We're here.
We did it.
Look, it's Bucky. There's even two Buckys. It's happening.
There are two screens of Bucky's. It's amazing.
For a moment, there was a little bit of concern, but we got it all worked out. We're here, and we're going to be able to keep track of just how many times Dave is going to die today. I guess we might as well get this show on the road. If the runners are ready, let's get that hard mode up, and I'll go. Do you want to do the countdown sidetracked, or?
One second. I'm now having a technical difficulty.
Oh. Hey, technical difficulty streams.
You count it down, and I'll join in once I figure out what's going on here.
All right, gang, and then we are going to get the show on the road in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on my end, so I'm just going to watch Vin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not seeing. Yeah, we're technical difficulty stream. Yeah, so here we go. We're off the green planet here. So for those that are unaware, Bucky has a hard mode that is built into it, like it's kind of like an anti-piracy thing, where everything is a one-hit kill. Normally you have a health bar, and this game is not nearly as punishing on normal, but they're doing hard mode.
Yeah, normal is absolutely easy on this. Like, you could take like 20 hits in some of these sections, but for hard mode, one hit anywhere, even something that only does 1 hit point of damage, you're dead. So every screen is a nightmare now.
Yep, so things like this tree where you just have little pellets and things flying everywhere is extremely, extremely dangerous. There's a pretty specific routing you have to go on that tree to get through it that fast. This game, though, thankfully, has a very, very forgiving continue system. So where, like, if you die, you just start at the front of this whole, like, section versus, like, the whole level. And you have infinite continues, so we get plenty of death, chat. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, and the one good thing here as well is game overs only affect your health bar. It doesn't affect the power-ups you collect either, so it doesn't really matter in health mode, or in hard mode. Just don't die, like Vin just did there, I saw.
Yeah, but we're gonna see some deaths here. Like, these, we have very, very high-level players, but having no death runs in this game is nigh impossible. I mean, as such, even the world record run has a death in it. Though Callum's run is literally like a robot playing this game, but...
Oh yeah, Callum is just ridiculously good at this game, like, it's not even fair.
So, they're gonna make these maps look real easy, but these are very, very specifically timed. I've only managed to complete a couple of hard road runs myself. Shawnee, why are you doing this to us? What are your predictions for this race? How many deaths do you think the runners will get? Oh, how many deaths? I'm going to assume...
Let's say 20.
Yeah, it's got to be at least a double digit. My money is that Dave is going to die more than Vin, though. I think Dave got through this first stage without dying, so...
It sure looked like it. I didn't see a death there, whereas I've counted 3 for Vin. But I also wasn't watching Dave for a little bit, so hard to say.
And we might see a little bit of difference in how the game is going to capture some of the effects just based off the hardware they're using, so don't be surprised if you see slight differences.
Absolutely.
I think I didn't even see Toadborg's explosion there, so... I believe Vin is actually playing on real hardware, if I'm not mistaken here. Like original hardware, I should say. Because Dave usually plays on a AVS himself. So, yeah, again, they're going to be flying through this game real fast. I'm going to try to talk about some of these screens. This first half of Blue Planet's not too bad on hard mode, because these things were one-hit kills anyway, if you touch their faces. We're going to be coming up to my least favorite map in the whole game, just about, the Toad Wars. At least that's what I call it, but...
Oh yeah, this floating iceberg that Dave's about to enter right here is the worst possible screen. It's actually the one reason I haven't tried hard mode yet, is I can't get past this screen.
Yeah, I think my first time doing this on hard mode took me about an hour and a half to get past this one screen alone.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, right now, let's see here.
That's 4 deaths for Vin that I've caught.
Yeah, that's 4.
Oop.
None on Dave. Dave is outperforming himself today. He is in the zone, despite all the technical difficulties before stream, so... This is like, literally, like, you have a lot of control here, surprisingly, but you just have so many things coming at you. It takes so much practice to get there, and Dave gets through it without even taking a death. And the deaths here can be extremely punishing, because it's basically an auto-scroller. Because of the fact that this little ship is flying by and dropping bombs on it, you have to get through all of them before the area ends. So...
Yeah, even though you can reach the exit, it doesn't activate until the iceberg starts moving, so you can't skip past anything.
It's one of the couple of auto-scrollers we have to go through. I think actually it's the only auto-scroller we go through in hard mode, I think. Or in general. Because there's a bunch of bad auto-scroller E sections in Yellow Planet, but...
Yeah, there's one really long one in Yellow Planet that's just awful, but you only see that in Warpless, and these guys are going to be doing death warps. There's 2 death warps in this game that we'll start seeing in the next 2 planets.
And Dave is fighting the boss that's literally just a mash fest. You just jump and mash, and you have to outmash him before you get pushed into spikes.
Yeah, this boss has 160 hit points. It's literally just mash as fast as you can and hope for the best.
Growing up playing this game, I hated Al Negator because of it just being painful.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Recently, actually, in the Bucky O'Hare Discord, there was a recent vote to actually allow a turbo category for Bucky, specifically to get past some of these really mashy moments in the game. There's not a whole lot, but the moments that are there, they're pretty nasty.
Yeah, there's 3 really bad mashy bosses. Some are, like, Al Negator is the worst of them, but it is quite a lot if mashing
Dave
causes
has a death on the board.
Oh,
there we go.
We got 1 death for Dave now that I've seen.
Yeah, just the one.
Vin is through the blue planet. So what's exciting about hard mode here as well is we could see some huge swings, because all it takes is 1 or 2 deaths, and Vin is right back in this.
Yeah, I get really, like, we're still pretty early on here. Like, there's, like, once we get especially, like, into the Toad ship, it's, things are gonna get a lot more intense. And Dave gets through the gauntlet pretty easily. Vin takes a death on the first part of Red Planet here. Yeah, that's so alright, Styly. Everyone, you can call him David. Shawnee's been calling him David all day, too.
No, I don't like that. He's not Junkyard David, he's Junkyard Dave. He isn't respectful enough to earn a full name.
It's very true. It's very true. So this section always terrifies me that Dave is in right now. Particularly these little platforms that come in and out, and these toads that spawn up here are an absolute nightmare. If you don't time them just right, in a lot of cases they'll stand up and just shoot you. They come in at very specific times, so you know when they're coming, but if you don't plan these platforms just right, they'll end up falling through a hole or something, and they're terrifying.
Yeah, and it's possible to, like, clip into the platform when you're jumping up, and it'll push you out as well. And then the next set of platforms won't spawn until you get to its Y-axis. Oh, Dave takes another death. That's a really hard jump he tried to go for there.
I don't even know. He is greedy there.
Yeah, thankfully on hard mode that doesn't do much, but on normal mode that'd be about a 30-second time loss. So Dave's going for the death warp here, and he nails it. So what this does is it skips through the next screen and just takes him straight to the boss. It's not a huge time save on Red Planet, but you're going to see it again in Yellow Planet, and it saves like a minute.
And unfortunately, Vin takes a death on the platforms coming up here. Why isn't the runner going for the life upgrades? Well, Shawnee, as explained earlier on in the, just I guess to catch other folks up, if you're just now joining us, they're playing on hard mode, which is kind of like this anti-piracy software version of this game, where you take one-hit deaths instead of having a health bar. So it doesn't matter. Yeah, thanks, Shawnee. I appreciate you.
Yeah, Vin's really struggling with the early game here. He just took another death in the moving platform section.
Yeah, this is a rough spot here. You can get kind of stuck here for a bit. Just because these toads are just extremely trolly. But this third round, he does it extremely clean. Extremely clean.
Yeah,
that was a nice jump from Vin. Like, as much as Dave is on Yellow Planet right now, like, there's an easy swing to happen here. But Vin doesn't get the death warp. He gets hit by the toads too early. And Dave is going to show off the second death warp in the run here. As he dies on that specific toad ship and gets pushed to the edge, he now skips several auto-scroller sections. Now, this is a fight that's extremely important about placement for, oh, does he get the... oh, no.
Oh, nice recovery, though, there for Dave.
That was... I don't think I've seen him do that one.
Yeah. And Sean, the death count I have right now is 9 for Vin and 2 for Dave, but I might have missed a Dave one.
I don't think you have. I don't think we had a Dave death. I don't think I saw him die in the worms. That would have been the only place I would have potentially missed it. Vin is now on the worms, too. This is a very specific screen. I didn't really get to talk about this, because this is one of my least favorite screens in the game. Top 3 for least favorite maps. So these worms come out, like, there's a little bit of manipulation you can do here to get them to kind of fly up in the air and spin like that. They're making this look a lot easier than it is. Like, you have to pretty much almost hug the worm in a very specific way to get it to pop up that way. Because otherwise it just goes right into you and you're dead. Oh no. Then takes a death at the very end of the gauntlet here. The very end. That's heartbreaking. This is I think these couple of Yellow Planet maps are pretty nasty. Because this one you have to do a lot of character swap between to get through here. And it's just, like, as you can see, there's just bullets flying at you from every angle. Once you get past that, though, these next couple screens are a lot more forgiving. Because they're very much just a straight pattern, just lock, gun, jump. And there is kind of a cheese-out approach where you can just jump on the, onto the second little ship up there and just like carry you across too.
Yeah. Oh, Dave just died. He's just entered the Jenny fight in the cell, which is the last big mash fest of the game.
Mm-hmm. You pretty much mash while you don't have Jenny is pretty much the rule of thumb.
And it's why we do... Ooh, there's another death for Dave. It's why they do the Blue Planet when they do, is to get Jenny earlier in the game. And then, thankfully, she's the first one you re-grab when you get into the cell, the halfway point of the game here. Oh,
3 deaths for Dave. This fight is surprisingly tricky because, like, it's you have to be a little bit greedy, and you have to just, it's very much a mash fest. And if you get yourself into a bad positioning here, oh my goodness, he's just, Jenny's wrecking him. This one is, like, easy to get stuck on, because you have to get a very specific jump on the top to get over that laser beam, and then you have to place yourself just right, or you just kind of get hit by the lasers. Let's see if he actually gets it this time around. Oh, he's not. He's gonna have to go for an extra cycle, I think.
Yeah, extra cycles are fine as long as he doesn't die here.
Yeah, at that point, like, we'll see if he gets it. Oh, there he goes.
There we go.
And Dave gets it.
Yeah, but that has given Vin a chance to catch up now. He's only a screen behind.
If Vin has a clean Jenny fight, then, like, this race just got a lot closer. I mean, it's already close as it is. Like, we don't need much of a fallback here to have things go to swing back and with Vin winning here. So now Dave's getting through some of the little arrow platforming sections here. Little arrows that kind of like push you to just kind of fly in random direction, or in the direction they're pointing in. There's a bunch of spikes, a lot of instant death. Not much different here, honestly, on hard mode than you would on normal. Just because it's just all instant death.
Yeah, usually at this point on normal, you're so low health that a death is a death.
And Vin gets the one. Very nicely done, Vin. The one
Beautiful
cycle on
kill by
Jenny.
Vin.
And that's a Jenny fight right there. Yeah, Dave should take some notes on that one.
Yeah, so that gives Vin a really good chance to catch up here. Yeah.
There's some really nasty RNG, like, well, not RNG, but just, well, like, there is one very particular RNG that Dave really, really hates in this game. But we'll get to that when we get there. But there's a lot of really swingy points right here where, like, there's likely going to be deaths from both players. We'll see if someone can kind of come out on top. Kind of like the Jenny fight we just had.
Absolutely.
So this fight, where Dave's at right now here, the Willy fight, there's not much to talk about. You just, Jenny. Once you have Jenny, bosses are inconsequential.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
He just missed it by a little bit from the looks of it. It looks like he had trouble controlling the orb, which is really hard to control. But now he doesn't have a safe spot to stand, so he has to mash this down.
But didn't take a death. That's the important part. Very, very many orbs. Throw the orbs. But this part where Dave's at, literally for the majority of this auto-scroller, you can just stand on one spot and shoot up. Like, nothing will hit you. It's a very precise spot. If you're too far left or right, you will just get crushed or poked by something. Otherwise, you can just stand here.
Yeah, I don't know how wide it is, but it's about a 3-pixel window, give or take. Yeah, so it's not pixel precise, but it is very easy to miss it if you're not paying attention.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, it's a pretty forgiving little spot here. This part's a little more obnoxious, as you can see, with lots of spikes everywhere. And being how long this section is, if you take a death here, you go all the way back to the start. And
yeah,
then
this is the longest auto-scroller, and I think if you take a death at the end, it's a 2-minute time loss.
Yeah, I liked Vin's Jenny strats there. I'm a fan.
Before. That's really cool.
Yeah, I've not actually seen anyone use Jenny. That was great. Of course, anyone can actually do it. Everyone uses Bucky just because he shoots up, but Jenny can also go up. And Dave is coming just to the end here. He's in the clear. Hopefully Vin can get through there without a death, too. We get to our next fight here, our final one of the crew fights, of the brainwashing scenarios. And Dave gets down Deadeye without any problem.
Perfect. So now Dave at least, and once Vin gets through this, he will as well, will have full control over 5 characters that they can swap around with Select, and I believe all 5 of them are going to be used at different points through the rest of the game now.
Yeah, everyone gets a little bit of love here. A little bit of Deadeye, a little bit of Willy. I think it's going to mostly end up being a lot of Bucky. But it's going to be, it'll be like a little bit of everything, though, thankfully. And these things right here, these giant toad mechas are terrible, terrible creatures. If you actually try to stop and fight them, they are nightmares. They're almost like bosses.
And you'll think you're defeating them, and then they actually can reform as well, and it's like they just never go away. Yeah, so the scene that Dave's on right now, he's following a very particular jump pattern where he's kind of doing half and full jumps to get through that, and that was actually really nice.
Yeah, this is a pretty dangerous screen. There's a couple of little spots here where these little bugs can sneak through, especially from the top of the screen, like right here. Dave is taking some safe strats to get through it, because there's a couple of little trolley bugs that can come through there. And you really just don't want to lose the time of having to redo that whole screen.
Yeah. So these slugs that Dave's on right now, if one of them attaches to your head, they limit your vertical and horizontal movement and speed, and they can actually be a real pain. But Dave got through that really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and he takes another one. That's his first death since Jenny, though, so that's been really good.
Yeah, he's been pretty rock solid. They've both been just kind of plugging along with no deaths for a while here.
They kind of got into their zone. Oh, another one for Dave. This screen is really tight to do optimally.
Dave takes a game over. I got my current death count is 8 to 9 right now. Oh, and I think Vin just took a death. So we'll call that 8 to 10. So we're coming up to one of Dave's least favorite sections here. Oh, that is going to be... This is why Vin is getting to demonstrate how bad the screen can be on you.
Yeah. Oh, and Dave just drowned in the quicksand as well.
Oh, and Vin is just opting to take a game over there. Alright, so this guy, if you don't know the Jenny strats here, this boss is an absolute nightmare. Let me tell you. But if you know the Jenny strats, this boss is extremely inconsequential, as you can see. You just stand and shoot. And hopefully this time around, Vin's going to get through the terrible bug shoot here. I guess it's one of those screens similar to Mega Man 2 where you have things going through the floor that you can't really see. But the difference is you don't have a health bar. Oh, and he gets shot by the Troll Toad. Can a robot really drown? Well, he's more than a robot. That's not true. Blinky is very much just an android. And nope, Dave is just...
He's just struggling with possibly the easiest screen out of these little auto-scroller movements. There he goes.
So this screen where Dave's at right now... Oh! We get Vin takes a squishy, also gets squished in the same screen Dave did. These big push up and down spikes are pretty obnoxious. And if you're trying to get the really tight windows you want in a fast run, that screen is just full of death. It's just full of it. You'll actually see them typically swapping between characters that try to sneak under those spikes to try to get rotate the cycles down a bit. I didn't get to talk about... we'll talk about what Dave's doing here in a moment. But with the blinky screen here, where Vin is at, if you actually jump and get the walk right... Oh, he got that, just barely! That was nice. If you get your walk just right, you actually get super fast walks, and if you get your timing as you're sinking down in that little tar, you can actually just kind of sneak under them. It's pretty slick.
There's a really nice, satisfying rhythm to it when you get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is one of my least favorite screens, the one that Dave's on right now with these moving platforms. They can just drop you on a moment's notice if you're not paying attention close enough. The ground will just disappear. That was a risky jump by Dave as well, jumping into the spikes with Deadeye there. I usually switch to Blinky for that.
Yeah, that's a little perplexing why he took that risk, but for the marathon. Very soon we're going to be coming up to what's the anti-piracy toad.
Fair.
That gets labeled as such because basically you just spawn and you get murdered by it immediately. If you don't get it, pretty much probably like Dave just showed off there. I'm hoping that we don't get to see a demonstration of that from Vin, because that screen is extremely punishing. Easy respawn, but you can die a lot there. I got a couple more deaths from Vin here on this one longer hallway here.
Yeah, Dave's on my least favorite part of the run right now, because these monkeys they feel like pure RNG where they drop down, and they can drop on your head and just destroy you. I actually wouldn't have killed that. Oh, hey, that worked for Dave, so okay.
Wow. I imagine that Dave is panicking just a little bit, because anyone that's ever caught Dave's streams is very well aware of how much he hates these things. And so we come, actually, surprisingly to the
least favorite parts, Shawnee, by the way.
Yeah, right. Dave is actually doing the last little bit of platforming we get to have in the game. He gets killed by the troll shot. There is a slight amount of RNG on this boss where it can just shoot you and kill you. And now Dave's just choking it up a little bit, just taking death.
Yeah, so that one is Dave was struggling to kill the bottom missile, which will automatically hit you if it gets off a shot and you're standing in that normally safe corner.
I'm not sure what strats Dave is going for there.
I don't know if Dave knows what strats he's going for.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, he deflected
that
it.
Was a great recovery by him there.
That was an app.
You could do that.
Oh yeah, he's getting trolled real hard by the Toad Core here, and that's it for the Toad Core. Man, those were some really trolly shots from it. Several in a row. It's these moments where I wish we could hear the runners to just hear Dave yelling at Bucky.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So now we're into another auto-scroller section here for Dave.
Vin is having an extremely clean Deadeye section over here too. Just extremely clean. He got the one cycle on everything. That was beautiful. And Dave is showing off one of the kind of the choke points of this run is the auto scroller section, because obviously we have a couple of checkpoints throughout this, but if you die here, you're still getting sent all the way back.
Yeah, this is another one where depending on where you die, it's a minute time loss every time.
And so my always kind of question about this scene is like, the Toad ship's going down, and these just Toads standing around. Are they asking you for help saving them? Like, please get us out of here? The ship is literally blowing up right now.
I've always interpreted it as them trying to grab onto you and escape with you.
Yeah, it's like, please save us. There's no one else is gonna do it. And Dave taking a death here on the auto-scroller section. This one... Oh, and Vin gets trolled by...
That's why those monkeys there are the absolute worst. Oh, he gets trolled again.
They're the worst. Same spot, same place. According to Callum, those guys are manipulatable, but no one seems to know how to do it except for Callum. But they are definitely just being extremely rough on Vin here. Dave's making good progress, and I think Dave... Oh, wait! What just happened?
I think Dave just loaded a save state.
Oh, Dave.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, that happened.
Anyways, Ninja Monkey earlier asked what the death count was. I've got 20 for Vin and 10 for Dave at the moment, but I think Dave should take a whole bunch for just loading a save state in the middle of a speed run.
Yeah, I mean, Dave is going to be forever the guy who loaded a save state in the middle of his own marathon on his Bucky run. Good job, Dave.
Thank you. I'm stupid. You're so dumb.
I think Vin is not getting trolled by the Toad Core. Clean, perfect, done. He's on his way to fly. That's a shame. You guys were pretty darn close then. Now.
Man. We had everything set up, and Vin wins by default. Like.
Oh yeah, Vin wins, obviously.
Yeah, like we weren't questioning that part, man. You didn't need to say that.
You know what? I could load. No, but if I load the save state, I'm gonna have this problem again because you actually do push select, which is I guess you know what we can do it. We'll go like this. I'll load the save state, but with start, and I'll finish from hard mode, beginning of escape, I guess.
Yeah,
oh, Dave.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
show it.
Give chat what they want. More Bucky. And Vin is just showing how to do this section. Vin is rocking it.
Yeah, this is a really clean escape for him so far.
And, like, just because Dave was ahead at that single point there really means honestly nothing. Because we were getting to a couple of really nasty locations, which we're going to see here then coming up shortly. Firstly, this, like, I guess it's this toad carrier thing, this, like, toad loading machine. I don't know what it is or what its purpose is. It's kind of cursed. But it's very much an RNG fest. It's just... oh! They both take deaths. Interesting. But the difference... Oh, I guess they're both... Nope, Dave didn't make it to the continue point, so... And now we just get more shooty bang bang. Hopefully here we're going to see... we see them swap between Deadeye and Bucky here to get the guys coming from behind. And also to get to, like, trios of them kind of coming forward here. A lot of folks opt for Willie at the start just because he's kind of got a... He's got a good rate of fire, and it's easier to aim his shots, I guess. I don't know, people just do it, and I'm not sure it matters. But...
so Willie's shots actually will penetrate through objects. They do more damage, and also what they're doing is the ricochet off of the back balls. When the shots are going to the top of the screen, they're still doing damage when they do that. So you can get double or even triple hits sometimes.
Oh yeah, on the Toad Cruiser. I was just talking about the section in general.
No, the section in general? No, I think it's just because the shots will penetrate most objects, so you can kill two enemies on the same plane.
It's actually
a really nice Toadhead fight from... Oh, I spoke too soon. That's commentator's curse right there.
And commentator's curse. I mean, this is a trolley fight because basically that Toad can have 3 shots at the screen at any point in time, and when one exits, it fires another one in whatever direction the head was facing at that point in time. And so it's just pure randomness. Yeah, I guess like this is actually the one section where we actually get to show off the one thing Willie is good at, and that's shooting things. Because the rest of the run, he doesn't get anything good.
Yeah, I think there's really only 3 spots where you use Willie, and one of them's in the Crusher, one's against that big Toad mainframe brain thing, and then throughout most of this auto-scroller end boss.
Oh, Van is playing some extremely risky movement there. Oh, man. Nail-biter.
I like that he grabs the life even though it doesn't do anything.
You know, sometimes you just want to have a little extra life.
Yeah, I haven't been watching Dave at all, so I don't know how many times he died in the auto-scroller, but it looked like a few.
He died a few times. But I think he might be one-cycling... or one without taking a death on his least favorite enemy in the game.
Perfect. Yeah, very good fight out of Dave there. So now Vin is on the big Toad warship thing, and he's gonna go for a quick kill here, where he has to line up on a specific pixel so it'll do double damage. But he also has to do that while avoiding all of the shots, so it's quite difficult to set up. Really well done. Oh, that's so clean.
Like, as much as this looks scary, all the shots coming at you... Oh, yeah, he got that. That was awesome. Just watching the bounces between those, between the edge of the thrusters there. Perfect. Now let's see if Dave can replicate it. And now Vin's coming to the very final boss here. We're going to be fighting the Air Marshal in just a moment, and then we're going to be having time. And this fight is pure. There's 0 RNG in it. It's just pure. Just pure. Does the same pattern every single time. So you know exactly what you're getting. Oh, Vin takes a couple of deaths on him though.
Oh, looked like Dave took a death on the airship there. I don't even know what Dave's death count's at right now.
I'm not counting Dave anymore because Dave loses the death count regardless of whatever the count is. Because he had to load a save state during his run. Because he loaded back to Green Planet.
I agree with you, but the people wagered channel points might want a refund if we do that.
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately we're probably going to need to, because... I mean, I guess we can still pretty much keep it there, honestly, because Dave loaded up from the same place where he was. Do we count deaths? Do we count his reset as a death, though?
I would count his reset as one death, at least. It still won't even be close.
Yeah, Vin's definitely taking more deaths in general. And the Air Marshal's given Vin a really bad time today.
Yeah, Vin's having trouble getting right up next to him. Which is incredibly risky to do. Like, he's going for some really risky strats here right now.
Yeah, it's kind of like the faster cycle of him, but like he's like the Air Marshal is in a sense both not dangerous in one sense and totally dangerous in the other, because there he goes.
Oh, great fight out of Vin.
Yeah, that was like very fast cycle on that. I'm usually just stick with Bucky for it, because I just worry about my movement more when I'm doing this. I mean,
absolutely.
My times are terrible, but I've at least finished a couple in one sitting, and like I'm like at what? I think my time is like 90 minutes
as well.
Nice. They both payments finished together too. Excellent timing, guys. Wow, 28, 40, 78, and 76. Wow, look at that. Good job, runners. No, I think we stopped the time when it did.
I think the timer might be screwed up there. I haven't been watching it.
Yeah, I don't think it.
I think there was more than one thing screwed up in this race.
Okay, this probably the worst race of Bucky. Congratulations, Vin.
Hey, good job, guys. This is a tough game. You guys showed some between the both of you. You guys showed some extremely excellent movement and just strats on the bosses and the stages. You both kind of had your own challenges at certain points, like where things kind of caught you up. Like you had a hard time with Jenny, and Vin just aced it completely. That was probably one of the highlights for me.
That was a better run.
Yeah.
Well, Vin,
too much this.
Then take it this way: you didn't at least load a save state back to Green Planet in Escape.
True.
Yeah, escape.
No, you didn't load a save state. That's the good part.
So I guess just to ask the couple of questions there. Then you had a couple of sections that I really quite enjoyed, especially like your Deadeye. Like your movement with Deadeye was like spot on in those sections when you used Deadeye. Dave seemed like it took a little more of a safer approach, but like you didn't miss a single beat, and you got like basically the first cycle of everything that I could tell. So awesome work there. I also appreciated your using Jenny in the elevator. I've never actually seen anyone use Jenny in the elevator. That's pretty fun.
Yes, yeah. Thank you.
But I wanted to what did you guys feel like? Like, was there any points in the time you wanted to talk about in the run yourselves? Or, I mean...
Everything was bad. Like, everything was bad.
Everything is bad. Bad run. Super bad run.
Oh man. Well, thank you guys. I mean, sorry, Hugo.
Something wrong with my gamepad. I think too hard to press the buttons.
Oh, maybe some hardware problems. Yeah, I mean it's just like I mean, you guys are picking a hard game to run here, but especially in a marathon setting. Like, just doing like runs by yourself is one thing when you can reset and wait for the good one, but like, you're asking for a lot of precision here. It's extremely an unforgiving game. Forgiving in one sense that you don't get sent back you don't have a limited continues, and like you restart at the start of screens, but you know, one hit kills is pretty bad. It's pretty bad, but I guess if you guys don't have a whole lot, was there a sidetrack? Did you have anything you wanted to, like, any moments you wanted to highlight or anything?
I mean, I wanted to highlight Dave wanting to do Green Planet again.
Best thing started from Green Planet in Waterfall. I got a wrong pattern. I died. Something goes wrong.
There were a couple of parts on the Green Planet where I think once you, Vin, got out of sorts, it's the problem with these one-hit kill games where it's like you could kind of tell you got in your head a little bit and got like panicky.
Yeah, I panic too much times in a race.
Yeah, I mean you killed it.
You guys were never really that far apart, honestly, the entire time. Like, there is some good swing there happening between the two. Like, I can't really think of it as a particular moment where I was like, boy, Dave took a commanding lead or anything. Like, he was usually pretty, like, I feel like a screen or two ahead, but, like, he really, there was a couple moments where, like, he had a really strong lead, and then then there was bad choke points that you made a lot of. Where when he choked, like those moments where Dave was choking, you were just like crushing it. Just like basically perfect looking screens. So.
Oh yeah, Vin's. I don't know what you'd call it, but that elevator section you do with Deadeye, where you're constantly jumping over the conveyors and the lifts and stuff. Vin, yours was so clean; it was ridiculous.
Yes, that's a good strat. I tried timing on jump timing. So I got automatic jumps on that section. So sometimes doesn't work.
Well, and that's what made it so impressive is like those really tight jumps that like I die doing those all of the time, and I'm not running hard mode, and you made them look easy. So
yeah, that was a beautiful screen. Honestly, your Deadeye movement in general throughout the whole run was awesome. I was impressed.
Thank you guys. Thank you for Dave too. Thanks.
Well, congratulations on the win as well, man.
Yeah, congratulations. I loaded a save state right in the middle by accident, so I think by default you win.
I must watch that race.
I did super bad. I was in escape and I loaded back to Green Planet by accident, so.
I couldn't. I was just like, I saw it happen, and like, oh no, what do we do? Well, thankfully you had a save state there, so you could just kind of at least finish your run, consolation prize finish your run. But honestly, guys, good show. Bucky's always a pleasure to watch.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you.
Okay, well, speaking of shit shows, I think because of all the tech problems and everything that happened, we'll skip Goof Troop because I was next, and if it's okay with you, Sidetracked, we can jump right into Tiny Toons, which is probably going to be even worse.
Oh, fantastic.
I already hear a Wonder Waffle being upset that you're not going to do Goof Troop. Oh.
I think at the end of the day, maybe we can go back to Goof Troop, but considering all the tech issues, considering everything that we just had to like juggle, it makes sense to stay on schedule-ish.
Yeah.
As we can.
Otherwise, we're pushing back quite. But that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah. So Goof Troop, we got to sacrifice you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like 5 minutes to use the washroom and all that stuff.
No, that's actually not acceptable. Soiling yourself right now on air.
Alright, I'll soil my britches.
Okay, I'll get that set up and we can switch.
Perfect.
Okay, guys, I have to go. My dog's waiting for me.
Alright, well, thank you guys.
Go ahead, Ben, and congratulations again.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, awesome run.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Good job, Ben. Really.
Thank you.
Take care,
Thank you, guys.